Good morning everyone, welcome back to Hearthstone. My name is Rooster and today we're playing Midrange Hunter. Which is an interesting take on the on the Midrange Hunter deck, I should add. Not on the Death Rattle team, because we've seen a lot of Midrange decks lately. Midrange has been one of the breakout legendaries from the Whispers of the Old Gods set, as we have very much seen. That is my mobile and not yours. Empty batteries. Let me fix that real quick here. There we go. And let's see what we can do here. So this deck aims to improve the general matchup that Midrange Hunter has against control decks by including a few more resilient minions, and mostly the N'Zoth edition. Otherwise, it plays as a relatively regular Midrange Hunter deck. I don't hate just freezing here, to be honest. Or actually, Bear Trap is also not awful. We can Bear Trap first and then freezing. Freezing a Flame Imp is actually quite useful. Let's go with that. Because if this gets frozen, then his board gets emptied, and we have a decent chance. Well, he might choose to not attack, I guess, but it's not really. Well, no, that's not really what he wants to do here. It could, yeah, so not attacking is going to work out for him here. That's correctly played around. But the Animal Companion is a good top deck for us, and if we... Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Not exactly ideal, because if he gets to... No, if he gets to bounce his Dark Peddler here, then that's still fine. That's not going to see play for a long while. So I'm okay with this. Soulfire stats. Well, that's neat. That's neat. He managed to discard the card that he wasn't going to play anytime soon, so that's pretty good for him. I do think... Am I going to Bear Trap here? I guess I am. If the Bear Trap trades for the Flame Imp, then I'm not actually that salty about it. So I guess it's okay. We just need to survive against the Zoo deck and then get a decent High Main or a decent Houndmaster turn. And then we can still do this. Yeah, that is a good trade for him. That is the best I could do there. Preferably, I wouldn't have done that. I actually could have played the Bear Trap. No, that wouldn't have worked. He still would have gotten the same trade, wouldn't he? I'm pretty sure he would have. Oh, I was thinking if I played the Bear Trap instead of the Freezing Trap. Because that would still have the same result, because the Peddler would have hit face, and then the Flame Imp would have hit the bear still. So not much of a difference there. This is pretty good for us, though. We could Kodo, but that seems really greedy. I guess we can Kodo next turn. It's not awful. This is a pretty good trade for us. It is a pretty good power overwhelming for him, unfortunately, but I think I'm still okay with that. And he may not have it, in which case the Kodo is going to be really... Well, the Kodo might still do some work next turn still. I could have also... No, I definitely prefer this approach here. Oh, that doesn't die to the Kodo anymore. That's such a pity. That is actually a really good move for him. Kind of bad for us. Let's see what we can do with this Kodo here. Because it is going to be the play regardless, right? So let's just hope we are... Yeah, I was hoping for it to not hit that one, but not much we can do about that, I'm afraid. I guess I should have traded against this thing, shouldn't I? Well, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before about stuff like that. At least we get another card, but we are not in great shape right now. That could change in an instant next turn, because this Call the Wild is going to be pretty neat, I think. That is such a disgusting card, though. Oh, that is Not what he was hoping for. That was a pretty good one for us, I'd say. Alright, I like that one. Can we kill the Knife Juggler? I'm afraid we can't. So as good as that may have been for us, it's actually not brilliant still. Call the Wild is still going to be the play, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Is it really? I could high main and King's Alec. Is there a card? I guess I don't hate high main here either. I'm not going to be able to kill this, and that means that the Huffer is actually going to be rather poor. Getting another card here is pretty sweet. We could develop the Sylvanas or the high main. Which would I prefer? The Sylvanas isn't going to do much good, is it? So let's go with this. We can deal 6 damage. Would need a Leroy power. Still not that great. No, I don't think he can kill us here, and then we can still get a very decent Call of the Wild off next turn. I don't hate this approach. He's likely to trade a bunch of his minions into the Alec, I guess. And if the High Main survives, that's pretty good for us. He could very well be dead next turn if he only manages to clear the Alec, because that's 9 damage, that's Call the Wild at 7. Not entirely dead, but he's getting pretty close. So, definitely something to keep in mind for him. I get the feeling my mic is a bit loud. Just a hunch. Maybe I should restart my audio processor. That is pretty good for us, I'd say. Why would you... Huh. I'm a little... Oh, there's the second one. Okay, that might even clear our board, actually. Could be quite bad. As good as the first one was. A couple more knives hitting face. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. These these juggles haven't been good for him. Let's see. That's the last of those. So let's see. We can trade this one here, and then I kind of like playing the Infested Wolf and the Huntmaster over Call the Wild, to be honest. Is that really going to be the play? We could just go aggressive here. I guess going aggressive might be our best shot here. Is it though? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. He doesn't have a great answer against the Misha, I think, and most situations end with him being dead next turn, so I don't feel too horrible. I guess the most common situation is actually Power Overwhelming, which does not leave him dead. Actually, he would most likely have to tap for that, so that would leave him dead again. Oh, that's a card. That's a poor man's Leroy. At least it doesn't give me two 2s, so 2 1/1s. Well, they could be 2 1s, I guess. Trading everything, all right. That's not very good for him. And I've got some pretty good cards in my deck still. This being one of them. Yeah, that wasn't going to work out too well for him. Alright, we weathered the zoo without an explosive trap, so that's pretty good. That could be an inclusion, by the way. If you find yourself facing zoo more often, then the traps are the first things to take a look at. I should add credits where credits are due. I completely forgot the name of the person that posted this deck. But this is not one of my own creations, again. The original included a snake trap, as well as double tap tuner Rhino, which seemed like a bit much to me. Against a Warlock again. I think I want some early plays, and I'll keep the quick shot, I guess. Although against a Warlock, actually, I don't. Knife Juggler might be okay, but only if I get a 1-drop and another 2-drop, I think. So let's not do that. Just throw everything and hope to get something good. So inclusions were Tundra Rhino, which I replaced with a Sylvanas, which I found kind of curious, but I guess the N'Zoth does have enough value by itself. I like coining out the Toad here, just because it's a little more impressive on the board right now. No, that was definitely wrong. I could have played the Bat here. And that would have 50-50 killed the Shadow Beast, so that would have been a better choice, yeah. I feel kind of bad about that. That is definitely where I should have gone, especially since I have no real follow-up, and I could have followed up with a Houndmaster on the huge Toad, although the likelihood of that thing surviving is not all that big to begin with. Is he taking the trade? He's taking the trade. Come on. Well, that's better than hitting the Imp Gang boss, so that's something. That is not a good card, though. I guess I'll just do this. Actually, that could be wrong. Well, I guess I can still play a Naked Houndmaster next turn, and then expect to get some Kodo value the turn after. Which is not awful, but I screwed up at the start there. I definitely screwed up. Losing the coin there was kind of a problem. Okay, we can Knife Juggler Unleash next turn, perhaps. Not sure what he's going to trade into the Houndmaster here, but I do think it's in our interest to save the Unleash for combining it with the Knife Juggler. With so many minions on the field, I think it's going to be a pretty good trade for us, even with the Imp Gang boss being on the board there. Oh, double Imp Gang boss though, that's kinda ugly. That's not good. Well, at least he trades in the taunt, so that makes the Unleash a little bit better. But we are pretty much dead here. Unless we get some pretty amazing juggles here. So go for a juggler. Oh, he's got a juggler too. That's pretty nasty. We could do some things. They appear to be still alive, which is a good thing. So that didn't turn out to be too bad for us. So we're killing the juggler, we're killing this thing, we're killing this thing. It was the best shot I had, I think. And I might still very well be dead, but that did turn out to be pretty decent. Not sure we'll be able to crawl back from our earlier... I'm not sure what the word is. He's very likely trading into the Knife Juggler indeed, and also killing the Beast, which is correct because of the threat of Houndmaster. So he's playing this correctly, and I don't think that's 6. It's not lethal on the board, but it's getting pretty close. We could Juggler and Houndmaster, that seems terrible. High Main is likely going to leave us dead. Let's hope for a decent Kodo. That's not half bad. Not half bad. Best result, actually. Aside from perhaps the Voidwalker, that could have been okay. But yeah, I'm not sure whether our mistake in the early game would have made a difference, but I definitely made a mistake in coining out the huge Toad. That was incredibly wrong. So that very well might have cost us the game, and I deserved that one. So let's keep that in mind. And I know all of that. I should just take a few more seconds to think about it and not make that mistake again. Because if you have a Fiery Bat, then your Death Rattle will trigger after his. If by the way you're wondering why that is, it is because the Death Rattle of the minion that's played first is resolved first. So his minion, the Possessed Villager, would trigger first, and it would create the 1/1 before the Death Rattle of my Fiery Bat would trigger, and which would kill which would have a 50-50 chance of killing his minion. I don't think keeping the Knife Juggler in the opener is going to lead to much success. If I happen to have one in the opener, then I'll certainly take it, but this is a case in which I will happily, well, not happily, because playing either minion into the Fiery Bat is not going to end well for us, but next turn isn't going to be much better, I'm afraid. So I guess I just may have to. Yeah. I may actually have to do this. Alternatives could, I could consider coining out the Eaglehorn Bow next turn, which could have been a good play, but I'm expecting him to just keep playing minions at this point. In which case I would rather just play minions to stay at least on par with him. And it's a bit of a shame to trade my 2-drop for his 1-drop, which is definitely not a good trade for me. But as long as he doesn't play another 1-drop here, then I am actually ahead on the field, which I did not expect, but is definitely not something I'm complaining about. I'm playing the Toad here instead of the Knife Juggler, mostly because the Knife Juggler is really vulnerable, for example. Well, both are vulnerable to an Eaglehorn, though. Let's be honest here. But I somehow feel less bad about this situation than about losing a Knife Juggler there. Mostly because it's more valuable in combination with an Unleash the Hounds, I guess. We'll play the bow, but not attack here. I don't think we are the aggressor here. An attacking phase is not going to solve any problems right now. He might have a Harrison, which could be a consideration, I don't know. Well, at least we know that. Alright. What is that trap doing? I'm kinda curious about that trap right now. If it's a snake, I'm okay with a snake. I'm okay with triggering a snake here. That's fine. How do I feel about double Knife Juggler here? Not very good at all, but we do have to develop something. I guess we can play one Knife Juggler, he kills it. I would be okay with that. Could be a snipe, actually. And I wouldn't be unhappy with that situation either. He kind of has to kill this right now, and that wastes his last weapon charge. Which is why that is actually not good for us, but sure. Do we save it here? Seems like a really poor turn, unfortunately, but... Well, we could do the same, and if he trades the Kodo in, then we get to finish off the Kodo with the weapon. We get to play high main next turn. I guess he kinda has to kill the Knife Juggler here, which is not... That's not terrible for us. We're just playing it as a 2-2 for 2, but something that he definitely has to kill right now. And he either trades the weapon, which means he doesn't get an extra charge from the trap, or he trades the Kodo, in which case we kill the Kodo, and we are still fine with that situation. So, yeah, I don't feel too bad about this. Next question. Do we kill the wolf? There's another consideration. We can Unleash and Huntmaster next turn, so I guess we save the bow charge for now. Let's expect a freezing trap, which will be good with the Unleash, I think. So that could be pretty sweet. Let's save the bow charge for now. Yes. If he has a Huntmaster, he's free to play it on... Oh, that is not good for us. So he is just going ham here. Okay. Let's be careful here. Unleash first. And attack one of them first, because I'm expecting to find a freezing trap here. And then there's a Houndmaster on the Savannah High Main, right? Is that right? Yes, yes. Unfortunately, we're not... Well, we are killing one of them. I guess that's okay. Oh, wait. Is there a way in which we're killing the Handmaster too? If I taunt up one of these, I can hit this, hit it again, hit it, hit it. That's better. Does this matter? It does not. I'm taking 4 regardless. I don't have a taunt, which is kind of concerning, so I'm still dead to kill command, but this leaves his board as empty as possible. Mine as full as possible. And yeah, I wasn't going to survive that for too long. That was a pretty good... Where did it go wrong? I guess with me not... Well, there was no way for me to kill the Kodo. Where did that start to go downhill so fast? I don't know. I guess I was taking too much damage overall. I guess the Huntmaster was kind of a killer. Yeah. But there was no way for me to kill his beasts at that point. Maybe I again shouldn't have coined out a 2-drop. But I would have taken so much damage from the bat by itself. I don't think that's a great way to go about this. Hunter can be tricky sometimes, surprisingly. Against the Shaman I don't want any unleashes. Huge Toad seems decent, so we'll go with that. And we'll see what else we have. The Knife Jugglers seem remarkably poor. I'm not the biggest fan yet. I'm not sure what's the great matchup. I guess it's a good deck against Zoo, mostly, because Knife Jugglers are actually pretty sweet against those. So that could be a thing. But I'm not terribly convinced as of yet. Maybe I should have kept the Beast too. No, there's no way. There's no way I would play the Knife Juggler here. Then he just gets to pick it up for free, and that's never going to end well for us, I think. We don't have a 3-drop though. Do we just Knife Juggler it up? I guess we Knife Juggler it up. There's no way. There's a decent chance that the bat actually survives, so that's kind of good. Because that is likely to hit into this, and then we... Oh, please don't kill it. Thank you. Thank you. That is actually kind of good for us. Alright, we are kicking. Right, if he trades the Totem Golem here, then that's pretty good for us. If he finds another way... I guess the only real bad thing would be... Well, Lightning Stun does count as pretty bad. Please don't hit it. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's dirty. Ah, nasty. Nasty. Wait, that didn't... Oops. My mind was a bit faster than I intended. Whoops. So he gets to kill the... Why on earth did I do that? Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Well, I guess we can still recover. And I'm giving him a hand here. That was entirely intentional, guys, don't worry. I'm just throwing him a bone, basically. I kinda don't want to run into Hex. Have I seen some really aggressive cards yet? I guess I didn't. I'm starting to see the appeal of replacing High Main with Strangletorn Tiger, because I'm really scared of running this card into Hex right now. So I'm basically just testing the waters here. Would he have hexed one of these guys? I think that's unlikely. It's unlikely that he would have hexed, but am I really? I can trade into one of these. I guess having 2 1/1s might be more valuable, actually. I don't mind trading this in here. He's already used 1 Lightning Sword. But how sad am I if he hexes? Pretty sad still. Let's Beast Companion and Hero Power. I'm just too scared right now. So this goes here. And I guess I could just kill a Healing Totem, right? No, there's no way that's going to work out. If he has a Lightning Storm, then he has a Lightning Storm, but I think this is going to leave us in the best position. And it's also pretty good with Call the Wild next turn. Oh, that's the second Lightning Storm, that's pretty bad. But at least Misha survives, so that's somewhat okay. And that hit the best target, so that's something. Double Lightning Storm is quite a beating, though. Let's see. Call the Wild is actually not very effective here. Because he still gets to trade... Well, he gets to trade both of his totems into the Misha, and then we still have 2 beasts left around. But I prefer this approach, and I guess we'll take the Freezing Trap. No, that seems particularly terrible. Let's go with this. Then we can Call the Wild next turn, and that should be slightly better for us. Still a pretty bad spot if he has a Hex here, though. He's managing quite well for as bad of a situation he was in. How good is Unleash right now? We kill this. We trade 3 of the things into this one, 2 into this one, and we still don't kill that thing. Call the Wild is not much more effective, though. Let's mind our ordering. But I guess I don't really mind... Yeah, I guess I do really mind what's going on here, but there's not much we can do about it, unfortunately. We're going to have to do this and then Call the Wild in the next turn, I think. So let's mind the ordering here. This goes here. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. There's only one thing that can attack right now. But that's really irrelevant right now. That bounces the healing totem, but then he can still attack with the mana tide. Only axes now, so that's... Game would have been better if I just ran out to high main, wouldn't it? Would have been in a better situation if I just did that. Kind of unfortunate. Alright, we've got some pretty good cards coming up though, so don't feel too horrible here. Do we deny the card draw, or... I guess we deny the card draw, yeah. And the Freezing Trap is actually kind of relevant right now, because that denies his attack full stop. Which is pretty good for us. Because that means he doesn't get to attack at all, unless this is a flame... Oh my god, please stop with the mana tides. Oh, but we're not in terrible spots, but that is a pretty good card. I will admit. Oh. Well, that's a real... Oh my. I'm not sure about that move. I am not sure about that move. That turned out to be pretty terrible for him. Well, I guess mistakes have been made, right? So this trade always happens, and in that case we can kill this. Turns out to be pretty good for us. Do we juggler? I guess we might as well. There's still room, right? There is still room, and the juggler is going to be better than... yeah. Let's see it. I should have traded this one first. I should have made that trade first. Yes, I should have. Why do I always notice those things afterwards, after the fact? Could I have killed him? I just missed... Oh my gosh. I did just miss lethal, right? Yeah. Well, that game was an embarrassment. Wow. I guess for both of us. I guess that was embarrassing for both of us. But he kinda kicked the bucket last turn when he blocklusted on only one minion able to attack. I guess he really didn't count on the Freezing Trap. That turned out to be pretty good for us. Yeah, that was such an embarrassment, that game. I don't want to talk about that anymore. let's give it. Oh, we're actually quite fast right now. All right. Let's see how we do against this shaman, and let's not run our Tundra Rhino into any other tunnel trogs anymore, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Not much to think about. You really don't want to kill command in your opener. Although I suppose you could use it to clear out an annoying feral spirit or a tunnel trog if need be. If something, if it runs out of hand, then I guess you're happy to have it, but yeah, never really feeling good about that though. I'll play the Fiery Bat here. That's a pretty good trade still. Trading his battle cry for 1 damage to his face, I think I'm okay with that. Looks like an aggressive shaman deck though, so he might just decide to go face here. And indeed he does. That does not seem like a correct plan. Totem gets the heal again, so I guess we're not really trading right now. I will draw an extra card if possible. I think that's more valuable than the huge toad, especially with the healing totem on the field for him. That is a good card, although now he knows we have it, it's going to be a little less effective. Could have considered using the Animal Companion that turn, but I don't think that's going to turn out too well for us. Same story for this turn, actually. Mostly because I'm afraid I'll get a Huffer. And that's going to be quite a bad trade. I would prefer anything above a Huffer right now, yeah. How about the Juggler and the Huge Toad? That seems a little brave, although it does pose 2 threats on the board, which he can only really clear with the Flame Tongue at this point. So I guess I would be okay with that. Alternatively, I could save that and just Animal Companion, and if I get a Huffer, at least I can take down the Totem, right? I'll go with it. And that's not a bad one. I would be okay with a Huffer there, but I would really prefer basically a Misha, because Misha is just a better Leok in this situation. Except if he just floods the board and I can Knife Juggler plus Unleash next turn, because that would be pretty disgusting, I will say. Alright, and just a few totems. So we could consider doing the Knife Juggler Unleash here. How's that going to turn out for us? We get 3 knives, plus 3 damage, so that's going to be 6 damage to the board. I think I like that idea still. Is it better than the alternatives we have? I think it is. Is he going to spread out more if we do this, though? I think he will, and that saves us the coin. I think he will spread out more, which gives us more knives, which will be pretty good for us. So, if he's being predictable here, then I think we will be in a pretty good spot next turn, although we may take some damage from the Tunnel Trog here. If he plays a Feral Spirit and trades into the Tunnel Trog, then I think I'm still pretty happy. Okay, it does not spread out, unfortunately, so we basically took 3 damage for no reason, but... still think... Is that going to be the best option? I don't think it is anymore. Although, what would be the alternative? It would be to quick-shot this, attack, and then what? We don't have a lot of other good options. Well, I guess we could Knife Juggler and Huge Toad, but... I think spreading out is going to be the answer here.
Put this apple on your head.
It's still going to be pretty good. And chances of us being able to kill the Trog are reasonable. We may have to trade this in, but that's still pretty good for us, I'd say. Yeah, and trading this in now gives us 2 additional spiders, which means 2 additional knives. Which means we have quite the board here, so unless he has a Lightning Storm, which I think is unlikely, we're in a pretty good spot here. And any charge that's going towards one of our minions is not one that goes to our face, so that's pretty good for us. We can quick shot and trade 2 minions in, and then what? That's a good question. Quick shot and trade 2, play a bear trap, play a huge toad. I don't hate it. Then we can coin Call the Wild next turn. Sure, I'll take it. I will take whatever I can get. Do I need to hero power? I don't think I need to hero power right now. It's not what's important. So coin Call the Wild's going to be pretty sweet. I'm not sure what I'm hoping to destroy with this go, though. I guess that's a pretty good target overall. That does mean I don't get to... Call the Wild next turn. That's the only downside here. Alright, well... I guess we don't have to play anything at all. That bear trap was quite effective. He wasn't expecting that, was he? Well, let's give it one more game, shall we? That was actually pretty sweet. I always enjoy beating face shamans. It's just... the feeling's always good. When they have their Doomhammer and they are forced to attack twice into your 3/3 taunt, that's a good feeling, I'll admit. Okay, so against the Rogue. Knife Juggler seems pretty horrible against the Rogue. So let's not keep that. No. Alec is decent. Because it's at least somewhat likely to draw us a card, and drawing cards is pretty good.
Greetings, traveler.
I like drawing cards in a matchup like this one especially. Let's see what kind of rogue we're up against. What would a rogue play on turn 1? That's kind of an interesting question.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Alright, looks like we are facing the Death Rattle Mirror here. I don't hate playing the Alec still. We could get a reasonable... oh, a Reno rogue. Okay, well, at least we know. And we know not to expect any duplicates, which is also useful. That is quite a strong start for her, though, so that is something to be worried about. How do I feel about Bear Trap this turn? Not as strongly as I feel about Eorn, though, that's for sure. Bear Trap next turn could be pretty meaningful, however. Although, if I get a 2-drop, I will likely take the 50-50 with the Juggler. Unless, of course, she plays another thing. Burgle, that's an interesting card. Alright. I'm curious to see what we end up with here. How about no? We could go for the Juggler plus Bear Trap, how's that? That's probably way too cute, but I kinda like it. Kinda ruins our flexibility for the coming few turns, though. Perhaps the Infested Wolf is just, in general, a better idea here. I'll leave the Thelnos up for a little bit. We've already seen one backstab, so I'm not that afraid of that happening. That is kind of an awkward thing. Might make him... oh, well... sure. I will allow you to take that back. Sure. I will definitely allow you to take that back. That's Animal Companion and Freezing Trap. I was going to suggest just pretending to have a Freezing Trap, but having the real thing is probably even better. Let's see what else we have. Oh, that's a cool card. All right, that is pretty nuts actually. I am happy about this Freezing Trap, but that is a pretty good card. I'll say. I will say that is a concern. We can kill command it though. We can trade in the wolf if we play Tundra Rhino. Not the biggest fan of that idea, but. How about we do the same thing, but we do Knife Juggler and Kill Command. So we Kill Command this, for example. And then we Knife Juggler and trade this in. It seems a bit brave. We may still have to face it, but I kinda like the idea still.
I wonder.
Sure. I think that's marginally better than... I could also not trade, how's that? And she gets to kill the knife juggler. How do I feel about that? If she has an eviscerate, that could be kinda bad for us. But no, let's be careful for now and just do it this way. Was that a Burgle thing or an Undercity Huckster thing? I don't think it really matters that much, but there's the Burgle thing. Alright. We still get some pretty good trades with the Tuner Rhino, so I don't feel too upset about that. Could still try a Juggler, but that seems a little bit... Oh, that's basically a guarantee, isn't it? It's better than the Bear Trap. Sure, I missed the knife, and I liked it. It's fine, it's fine. Maybe I should have traded into the other thing. That might have been better. That might have actually been better. I don't hate this either. Do we... I guess I'll trade in the little guys. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're running out of cards, and that's a problem.
What lurks
Yeah, I'm at least happy I traded in the little guys, but this still does not bode too well for us. What is she planning? What is she planning? Do I care? Do I care about the Doomsayer? She still has to trade into the Rhino eventually, so I guess that's kind of fine. We can play an Infested Wolf and kill this. We can still kill it if we kill off the Infested Wolf on this thing. How's that? Well, that seems excellent. Sure, that seems more efficient than the alternative, so I'm okay with this. I'm still not sure whether it's entirely correct to do so, but sure. Wait, we could have just let things die, and let's keep that in the back of our minds. I'm not sure about this decision. She's got so much card advantage on us, it's kind of ridiculous right now. But the Rhino still lives, so there's something. Do we care about trading, though? We actually kind of do care about trading, but we should take our chance to win this, I think. And if we get a Highmane, a N'Zoth, or a Colder Wild, then we could be in a decent spot still. Yeah, we kind of have to take the risk and finish this fast. I can't be too slow. That does not seem like a good idea. That actually seems like a pretty horrible idea. Why on earth would you do such a thing? What trap could we have? Does it still have charge if I know? That is going to be an explosive trap, isn't it? Let's check for Dart Trap first. Because this is always going to happen. I didn't want to check for Dart Trap first, that could have killed the minion. Let's check for Snipe. It's not Snipe. Okay, it's going to be explosive, isn't it? Oh my gosh. What do I do if it's explosive? Cry. This still attacks face. These two might. What can I still do? I guess I can do this. Let's take a little bit of a risk here. If it's Bear Trap, then that's yeah, that's still going to. Oh my gosh, it's spell powered. Oh damn it. Yeah, you can't count on her getting the exact trap she needed. But that's really bad for us. We can only win with a Cold Wild now. basically. Yes. Well, that's still 2 cards out of 17? It's possible, right? It's possible. I don't fancy your chances. Well, that is a card, but it's not going to save us here. Unfortunate. That's not the 8+ mana card that we needed. Yeah, that explosive trap sucked. Could I have still won if I did not? No, I don't think so. I could have played the Toad afterwards, but I think I kinda had to take the risk there. That's unfortunate. That was a really good... mostly a really good Huron and a really good explosive trap. Kinda rough to play around those. Anyway, we've seen some excellent examples of how things can go horribly wrong in this episode. And with every one of those instances we learn. Let's just call the failing learning. A wise man once told me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you have any suggestions on what deck to play next, please leave a comment below. And as always, I will see you again tomorrow.